if you are not feeling good and secure about yourself, and you go out here and you try and date, and then we're not just talking about just money, we're talking about just period. If you're not feeling secure and set in yourself and like who you are, you're going to go out here and meet somebody the reflection of you. And that's probably not going to turn out too well. You'll both find yourself arguing in a McDonald's fucking parking lot. Ask me how I know.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Alright, so I made a video earlier about should men date when they're broke. My answer was no. So, biggest thing with that, I felt like I needed a longer video because I think it feels like it needs context. So the reason I said no is because most of us as guys, we're going to, when our pockets are bare. Now, are there women who's going to rock with us even when your pockets are empty and you got nothing but lint? Absolutely, man. There's women out there like that. However, it's not about that. It's not about can you get a chick. It's not about can you find one that's going to rock with you. It's not about her. It's about you. It's about your energy. It's about the mindset at that moment. Because most guys, if we're honest with ourselves, if we're broke, if we go on a date or we take a woman out or we're dealing with women, it's gonna be in the back of our minds the whole time, pinching pennies, counting the dimes, looking for change in the couch. And I say this because I've been there. It's like we're going to be sitting there. If we take a chick out, man, we're gonna be freaking out and count and like counting, man. It's like okay, she gets to sell it, I'm cool, but man, she gets anything more than the chicken, I might be fucked. If you're trying to split drinks and everything like that, is like you're not getting what you want. There's not going to be any dessert, no coffee afterwards, all those things. But man, I say the biggest thing is, like I said, the energy that goes into that, man. If we're not comfortable about where our finances are and different things like that, no, money's not the end all be all with things, but it is important. We can't bullshit ourselves about that. Especially in society nowadays where you have to have money to survive. So we're not going to even get into that. Money's not the end all be all. Shut up. We all know. However, is you can't tell me that if you try and take a woman out and you only got $50 in your pocket for the date, that you're not going to be calculating in your head how much that popcorn is going to cost. So the biggest thing, man, is our energy. Is like when we're not feeling secure in our finances as men, a lot of times we don't feel secure in ourselves in a lot of ways. It can be unfortunate, but it's true. So the biggest thing, man, is like dating when you don't have the funds to do the things you want to do. Not even necessarily about her, but like if you want to go to the movies or you want to do things, if you know that you don't really have the funds to go do the things you want to do, and you got a woman in on top of that, or you barely have the funds to do that, it's not going to make you feel like comfortable in that situation, man. At least not most of us. We're honest about ourselves. You're not going to feel as comfortable as you would in that date. You're not going to feel as free as you would on that date. You're not going to feel as open as you would on that date to like, okay, if we go to the movies or we go to dinner and you want to go hang out and play pool afterwards, or you want to go to go dancing afterwards or something like that. Do I feel comfortable enough with where I am financially to be able to go do those things, even if I want to go do them? If we go to dinner, can I afford to go to a movie afterwards and see a movie? If I want to continue the date, if things went so well, man, that I want to spend more time with her, I want to go somewhere, man, maybe have a drink or go hookah or whatever you want to do, whatever it is that that you guys want to do. Do you feel comfortable enough to go do that, or are you worried in the back of your mind of like, can I afford to actually go do this thing and actually spend more time with this woman? And not to say that, you always have to pay to spend time. I'm not saying that. However, like I said, man, it's about the energy we bring. Because, man, if we know we're not where we want to be financially, or we're not where we want to be career-wise, we're not secure in that level, it's really hard to put energy, the amount of energy you could put into building a relationship, to actually, getting to know this, this person on the other end of the table with you, to actually forget about the bills, forget about the fact that your rent's due, they're about to shut the lights off, all these different things like that, but to actually put the energy into figuring out, like, does this person add something to my life? Not always worrying about what am I bringing to this situation, but okay, can I rock with her the long way? you can't really think that way when you're so concerned about making it. Okay, when you're so concerned about paying the bills, when you're concerned about the late fees, it's like, man, did I pay? Can I pay the utilities and pay for food this month? You're not gonna be worried. You're not gonna be able to give that your full attention, your full engagement with that whole situation. And a lot of times that might be when we don't make it the greatest decisions. We might rock with, we might spend time with a woman that's willing to date us where we are versus the woman we actually want. And not to say the one we want is going to be, pricey and, top flight restaurants and everything like that, but we might not make the best choices in the world when we're feeling insecure that way. It's just how it is, man. That's how we're built, I think. So in my opinion, man, should a guy date when he's broke or his pockets are bare? No. And that has nothing to do with the woman, man. It just doesn't put you in a good winning position, man. It doesn't allow you to make the best choices for you when you're worried about all the stuff you got going on in the back of your head. It doesn't allow you to put the energy towards, even if you find, that 1% woman, it doesn't allow you to put the energy towards that relationship. And like I said, I'm speaking from experience, man. I've dated women where I knew that I didn't have the funds to do the things that I wanted to do. And it made me move as a much more insecure man in the situation than situations I've been in where I felt way more comfortable with, where I was in my career and in my finances and everything like that. When I had my shit together, it's like I moved like a boss, just to be honest about it. And it wasn't about flashing or showing out or anything like that, because I didn't do that. But it was just I felt more secure in myself, so that I wouldn't put up with a lot of bullshit. This is that came along, the nonsense, or I demanded respect. Because I respected myself at the same time. And like I said, it's not one of those things where it's like if you're broke or if you don't have it, or if you don't have it right now, that you're not a respectable man. That's not what I'm saying. So get out of your feelings and shut up and listen. What I am saying is that you move different when you feel secure in who you are, what you got going on, and your future, and you moving forward. You move in a much more secure way, and that's going to change the way you move in the world, in your job, in your friendships and everything like that. And yes, in your relationships, you're going to move different. So like I said, guys, I think the biggest takeaway is to focus on yourself until you're at a point where you can feel secure in what you got going on. You feel like I said, it doesn't have to be everything figured out. You got a Bugatti in the driveway or a Benz or whatever it may be. But no, it's like, hey, I know my rent's going to be paid with no issue, not, scrounging around or having to borrow money or different things like that. I'm not going to worry about that. I know, my lights aren't going to get cut off. I know I can put gas in the car. I know I'm not going to have to ask her for gas money. I laugh because some of us have done this before. I know that, but I also know so I can focus more on my future, because this piece of my life is more taken care of. So then, yes, I can concern myself, like, okay, is she the best woman? Is she the best person to bring into my life to continue this moving forward? Because at that point, if I know I'm secure, if I know I'm moving in the direction I want to move, I'm making progress in my life, then I'm not going to bring anybody in who's going to bring me down. I'm going to focus on women and interacting with women that are going to keep me on that trajectory. Okay, what does she add to my life? Is she focused on her goals? How are her finances going? Is she secure in who she are and who she is? How's her career going? What are her goals? Is she driven? All these different things like that. Does she match up with my life? Are we on the same frequency? Because I'm telling you right now, guys, the odds are, if you are not feeling good and secure about yourself, and you go out here and you try and date, and then we're not just talking about just money, we're talking about just period. If you're not feeling secure and set in yourself and like who you are, you're going to go out here and meet somebody the reflection of you. And that's probably not going to turn out too well. You'll both find yourself arguing in a McDonald's fucking parking lot. Ask me how I know. So guys, yeah, definitely, yeah, guys. So the biggest takeaway, like I said, is, we need to work on ourselves and get ourselves to the point where we feel more secure, not just financially, but, emotionally stable, confident in who you are, more comfortable in who you are, so that we can bring the best out into the world and get the best back from the world as well. All right, guys. So hang in there, man. Is like I said, we've all been there, man. We've all had empty pockets, all of us. If you haven't, just wait, you'll get there. Even the guys who've been in, been millionaires have found themselves, without a pot to piss in. So it's not just you. You're not by yourself in this. All of us have done it, but we need to move in a way that's going to make our lives better and not make our lives more challenging. All right, guys. So take it easy. Be well, man. Let's go out and become the best versions of ourselves. Become well-rounded men. Work in that warrior mindset. And remember, man, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than the gardener in a war. Fight your fight.